As time passed, I continued to visit the social hub, though not always with intention. Sometimes I went out of routine, other times out of curiosity, and occasionally because something inside me simply wanted to be there. Each visit carried the same quiet possibility that I might see him again. Often I did. We still didn't speak, not once, yet the connection between us remained subtle, persistent, and unmistakable. It lived in the way our eyes found each other across a crowded room, in the brief pauses when our paths crossed, and in the way my body responded before my mind could intervene. There were moments when I caught him watching me. Other times, I sensed his presence before I saw him. It was as though some invisible thread stretched between us, tightening slightly each time we shared a glance, loosening just enough to keep us suspended in that space between knowing and not knowing. I began to wonder if he felt it too. The pull, the awareness, the quiet tension that followed us like a shadow. I wondered if he questioned it the way I did, or if he dismissed it as coincidence. Still, the pattern repeated itself, again and again. Then life, as it often does, intervened. Other obligations took precedence. Time passed, weeks turned into months, and my visits to the social hub became less frequent. Eventually, I stopped going altogether, not intentionally, but naturally, as if the rhythm of my life had shifted, carrying me elsewhere. And yet, even in his absence, he lingered. I found myself thinking of him unexpectedly, remembering the way he looked at me, the way silence seemed to speak when we were near. I told myself it was nothing. That distance would dull whatever spark had existed between us. But distance, I would learn, does not always diminish what is real. When I eventually returned to the social hub months later, I did not go looking for him. I had convinced myself that whatever had once existed belonged to the past. But then, as if summoned by the very thought of him, I saw him again. And in that instant, I knew